A very positive shift in energy happens today, just after the moon joins hands with Pluto. Pluto finally goes direct. Pluto has been retrograde for quite a few months, and because Pluto represents power, control, and shadow work, when Pluto is retrograde, as it has been, there's a huge focus on doing these shadow work lessons within us in order to find some sort of healthy power or control in our lives. Unfortunately, the way that Pluto works is that first Pluto points out how we feel disempowered. At first, Pluto points out how we feel maybe out of control. And the lesson always ends up being figuring out why. So now that Pluto is moving direct, there is a sense that we are able to much more easily reclaim our power. Now, in the beginning of the day, the moon is in Capricorn, focusing on hard work, diligent application of tasks, duties, and responsibility. But then the moon moves into Aquarius. And when the moon is in Aquarius, there is a new gentle ability to be able to get some distance from our emotions. Aquarius is always represented by a person holding a pitcher of water. And what that means is being able to get separation from your emotions, represented by water. So the moon, representing our emotions, being in Aquarius, gives us the ability to get a little bit of breathing room or a little bit of inner peace, which is a welcome blessing. So today, expect to feel empowered in some way. You know, even though Pluto does go direct today, it's going to take a few days, few weeks to really kind of pick up steam and get some solid momentum. But there's a very high probability that today you're going to see something shift. And whether it be a sense that the darkness is lifting from your own heart, or maybe there's a sense that finally the obstacles that you've been struggling with are disappearing. Maybe there's a sense that the path is clearing, or the way is opening, or you finally found the exit, the treasure, the prize. So give yourself some time, some patience. I felt like pulling 3 cards today. The first card that came through is the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands is all about healthy boundaries. 7 is a number that represents divinity, honor, and respect. And we see somebody kind of on the defensive. Now, what's really challenging about Pluto's influence, kind of digging up any kind of power or control issues within our own psyche, and also the connections to our shadow, our ego, our pride, is that sometimes when we think we're on the defensive, we actually get so obsessed with karmic retribution or rebalancing, we end up being on the offensive. And so this is a really important reminder that truly, in order to claim our power and to stand in a position of healthy control in our lives, we have to be most mindful of controlling our own triggers and habitual responses in a way that we are mindful and conscious of how we direct our energy and our life force in this lifetime. The second card I pulled is the King of Cups, which is all about mastery of the water element. I love this deck. It shows reversals. So a negative association of this is being too attached to the drink and kind of checked out of life, or really disassociating from your own deep emotions because they feel too big. But healthy mastery of the water element is represented kind of like by Neptune, the god of the sea. Being willing to go deep, being willing to go with the flow, and also putting in that effort in order to be able to come up for air. So there is wisdom around holding space for your emotions. And the Queen of Pentacles, our final, it's not Queen of Pentacles, sorry, it's the 2 of Pentacles, our final card, represents how important it is to take time throughout our life, you know, in the midst of duty and responsibilities, to be able to check in with ourselves and go, hey, self, how you doing? Do you need a break? Do you need a coffee? Do you need a nap or a hug? Because if we ignore our emotional needs too much, we end up suffering on the physical realm. And sometimes there's a tendency to fill up our lives or fill up our schedules with as much as possible to keep ourselves busy. And as we take on these juggling acts, often it's to distract ourselves from overwhelming emotions. But truly the best way to claim our power and be healthy of mind, body, and soul is to stay still every now and then, to hold space, and to not run from our feelings. So thanks so much for being here. I'm Erin. I'm Queen Bee Tarot. Come back every day for your daily tarot and astrology, and I will see you tomorrow.